Time for Keeping It Real on 3FM 92.7. My name is AJ Akwako Sapon, of course, here with the one and only Miss Judy. How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm good. Tired but good. It's been a long weekend.
Tired.
It's been a very, very, very long weekend for both of us.
Very long and tiring.
I feel like I need a break just to be able to recover. I need to recover. I need to take a break and then recover from the break because I'm so tired. Yeah. But yeah, how was your weekend?
There was no weekend actually. Really, it was the longest non-weekend.
I swear down.
For Saturday there were shows, Sunday there was a show. Monday I decided to be at home and the kids gave me a show.
Oh wow!
So, there was nothing like resting.
Oh my.
Yeah, we are here again.
We're here
For the
again.
week, yeah.
Back again. Well, shout out to everyone that came through for our 3FM Family Fun Day. It was very exciting. It was worth it. At the end of the night, people came up to us and were actually thankful that we actually organized it. That's when you know that you've done a good job.
I was watching the chairs.
Yeah.
It was so fast. Like, oh gosh, I missed it.
But it went really, really, really. We had more people than we even thought that was possible.
Wow.
And we're so thankful to Cerelac, Nestle Cerelac, for coming on board and being our incredible sponsor. Sponsors were happy, guests were happy, everyone was happy, and that's all that matters. So shout out to everyone that came through for the 3FM Family Fun Day. Now it's time to talk about relationships. This one that we have is a little explosive, and we'll be getting into that conversation shortly. But of course, throughout the day, you can get interactive with us by simply sending us a message to the WhatsApp number 0532 300 927. That's 0532 300 927. And tweet at us at AJ Sapon. And Miss Judy, are you on Twitter?
Nah.
Why?
I have no idea.
Why are you adverse? What did Twitter ever do to you?
I think I tried it. It wasn't working. So I just stopped. Maybe I'll try again.
We will hope for that. Well, getting into the comments now. You can as well by getting interactive with us again. The WhatsApp number is 0532 300 927. And of course, tweet at me at AJ Sapon. Use the hashtag Keeping It Real. And we will read out all your messages. Now, let's talk about our story for today. And it's a really good one. Okay, here it is. Hello, Keeping It Real ladies. Before my husband lost his job, I used to bring in 70% of expenses, so it wasn't hard when he actually lost it. I have a living maid that does everything from laundry to market runs to cooking and a nanny, but she quit recently because her sister gave birth. Since she quit, things have been very hard. I get back from work around 8:30 to 9 p.m. because of the traffic and because I drive from Kaswa to Accra. My husband sits at home and does nothing. It's tiring and frustrating. He doesn't even feed the kids. I begged him to start cooking at least, and he called my family members in for a meeting. My kids sleep in hunger. When I get back, I have to start thinking of what they'll eat, and even though they have a father at home. This is really breaking my heart. When I called his mother to complain, she lectured me for over 4 hours about gender roles. I sleep around 2 a.m. every day and wake up by 4, hoping to beat traffic. I'm thinking of dropping my kids with my mom and then start focusing on myself because my kids' school called me that we are always delaying the school bus every time. They still missed school 3 times last week simply because their father couldn't prepare them and the bus left them. I really don't know if he expects me to wake 3-year-old twins around 3 a.m. that I'm preparing for work and prepare them rather for school when I already woke them up around 12 a.m. to eat because their father couldn't fix them dinner. Or I should teleport from work to prepare them from school and teleport back. All these things are valid reasons for divorce, but before then, how can I cope? Because this man is complaining because I want to keep my kids with my parents for the meantime. I haven't had time to get another maid, and mine will spend 4 months at least with her sister. How do I handle these things before the divorce, please? Because I'm already losing my mind. So to summarize, She earns more than her husband, and her husband, she's always earned more than her husband, at least 70% more. So when the husband lost his job, it wasn't hard for her to continue to assume responsibility in the house, because if, say, he earns 3,000, she earns 10,000. So she's always earned way more than him. Now the problem is, after he's lost his job, he's at home full-time with the kids, but he never wants to do anything. He doesn't want to prepare them, help them, cook for them. In fact, she has to come home at 9, 10 p.m. to come and feed the kids, because when they came home from school, their dad refused to move and lift a finger. Now, in this particular scenario, I'm in shock. I'm in shock of the audacity of the man, because at the same way his mom was lecturing her about gender roles, I'm surprised the mother didn't add the lecture that, like, at this point, I'm surprised she didn't tell the mother that also, as the gender roles you are really focused on, the man should be the provider, not me being the provider.
No.
But if I'm now the provider of this relationship and you're still expecting me that I should come home at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., midnight and feed our own children. It's not my children, no. It's not my children I brought into the relationship. It's me and you, our children. You can't even think about your own kids enough to even figure out how to feed them, because you're waiting for me to come from Accra to Kaswa.
It's not happening.
Hey, it is the, I don't even
But he
know.
eats. How does he eat?
He waits for her to bring it.
You're not serious.
He waits for her to cook. If she hasn't done it, he won't do.
I'll call my kids and feed them.
She wakes. No, what was even more heartbreaking for me? She said that she wakes the kids at midnight
To eat.
to feed them.
How?
How is that? Like young kids at 3 a.m. Oh my.
The man is not serious.
Oh my. Oh my. Well, we'll get into comments now, but Mijidi, seeing the story, what went through your head?
You know, the Bible says, let me quote, like
Please, go
Proverbs
ahead.
22:6, that
Preach it.
train a child the way he should go, and when he grows up, he will not depart from it. The parent giving her that lecture is in itself a flaw. You marry from a family, and the parents don't know that a man is supposed to be together with his wife to make a home.
Thank you.
It's about compromising. It's about helping each other to grow. And you think that children that we both made, I'm supposed to cater for them alone. You are at home doing nothing. I'm feeding you. The only thing you can basically do for me right now is take care of the kids. When I come, you know, most of the time, a mother would make food available, maybe during the weekend in the freezer. All you have to do is to heat it and feed the kids. And in this situation, you want me to go to work, come home, cook and feed you in addition to what? It is not happening. You know, I remember years ago, we used to hear that men would say when they help at home, the woman will offload
everything to them.
Being
But
a,
then this is the height of I don't even know the word for it, but you're being unkind on every level. You're being unkind to your children, being unkind to your wife, being unkind to the situation that you've put her in. Like, you are literally the most insensitive man that could ever possibly walk the earth. If this woman is now getting in at midnight and leaving the house by 4 a.m., what time is, I don't know, she will die.
for the home.
She will die.
Yeah, she will break down because obviously she's not sleeping. She will break down. But if a man cares about his wife, he will wholeheartedly help her with these kind of things. I don't see a traditional man thinking that, oh, I'm supposed to just relax for the woman to do everything. As you said, if he's relaxing for me to do everything, then he's supposed to provide for me. So if you're not providing, this is the way that you need to help at home.
Now let's talk about unsupportive in-laws, because she thought that by going to her in-law, it would fix it somehow. She would speak to him, she would let him see the error in his ways, and then sort of switch. This is a complete opposite. Where she rather lectured her about being, quote unquote, gender roles, and her knowing her place as a wife, and it's her responsibility to do that for her grandchildren. How do you approach the situation if your support system are not supporting?
They are all not serious. They are all not serious. Because as a woman who understands what women go through, she shouldn't even say what she's saying. As a man, like the in-law who believes that a man should provide, they shouldn't be saying what they are saying, because obviously their child is not providing for the home. So the best advice is let him provide in other ways. But this is a situation that you had the audacity to tell the woman that she has to respect gender roles, whilst your son is not basically respecting it.
But could it be that she hasn't also fully disclosed to the guy, or sorry, has not fully disclosed to her the mother-in-law the extent of her taking care of the home?
But they know their child is jobless. So,
but sometimes you can assume that you can know that someone is jobless, but you assume that the person is still managing to put hand to mouth, kakra. So he's pushing his weight. It's just that he's not going out every day in a conventional job. Maybe he's telling his mom that, oh, Charlie, mommy, me both you no, me peer or whatever.
Then she should tell them. She should really disclose that this is what I am doing. If they don't know, this is what I'm doing for the home. So I believe that is the least your child can do to help me. I am not going to kill myself because you decide not to be a man enough in the house. It's not possible.
Charlie?
It's either we are sharing responsibilities or I don't know. But I wouldn't go to work and come back and feed you. Because it's either you are providing for me, we are sharing responsibilities. Just provide something, but you can't be at home and expect me to do things for you. I married you or you married me. Which one is which? If you are going by a religion in all sense, a man is supposed to provide. This is a situation that unfortunately you've lost your job. It's fine. Like, excuse me, shit happens.
Yeah.
So yes, anything can happen at any point in time. It's for better, for worse. But at the worst scenario, you are supposed to help out with the least thing you can do. And this is about you helping kids, not even me. Helping the kids that we all brought together.
Which is even like 3-year-old twins. And you can't figure it out for the kids. For the kids' sake, you pull.
They'll just grow up hating you or thinking, oh, this is the norm. Like a man is not supposed to help in the house. It's not happening.
Yeah.
She said she wants to go and give the kids to her parents. Please do. You don't need to break down because your man is messing you up.
I actually quite agree. Well, let's get on to the Zoom line because joining us to have or give her opinion about it is a dating and relationship coach, Promise Billions, and Promise is on the line. Promise, can you hear us? Wonderful. It's good to have you in studio. Firstly, quick one. When I feel more, but what were your thoughts when you read the story? Promise, can you hear us?
Okay, so
I think this is okay. Okay, please.
everyone, to your listeners and everyone on the.
Oh, I think the internet is a little hard on on someone's side at least. So we'll try and get Promise back on the line. We're discussing a double wahala, a woman who is dealing with a man that is not financially buoyant, is not pulling his weight, and she has now become the primary breadwinner. Number 2 has refused to raise a finger to help anyone at all in the house. They had a maid who doubles as a nanny and a cook. But the maid has traveled for the next 4 months, and the maid is the one that takes care of the kids, cooks, cleans the whole 9 yards because she works in Accra while their home is in Kaswa, so she deals with a lot of traffic going back and forth. Well, I think we have Promise back on the line. Hello, Promise, can you hear me? Wonderful, works now. So please, what were your thoughts when you saw or read the story today?
Okay, so good evening to everyone who is listening. I'm in tuning right now. This is very tough. I mean, as a woman, putting myself in her shoes, although I don't know the size of her shoes, it's something very difficult and tricky to deal with. If you don't handle it well, you may mess up. You know, as women, we go through a lot. I mean, taking care of the home is not an easy thing. I always say it's a job on its own. Not to think of you doing that and also going about your normal day job and then coming home and like there's no help at all. It's something that if you don't handle it well, you may go crazy. I mean, you stress yourself out, just as she's expressing to us. The letter or the story does not tell us how the man lost the job, or if he's even trying to do something, whether the woman, because she thinks the man has lost the job, change roles and all that. It doesn't really speak to that. But I'll start by saying that I think that modern day society has kind of created confusion about this institution called marriage. We have tend to think that the normal traditional roles, that gender roles that were in marriage are outdated, and we are trying to fix our own thing. And I think it's kind of hurting us in a way. Yes, marriage is a covenant partnership. Okay, that's what I believe. Although the world today teaches us that marriage is a transactional something, but I believe that the author of marriage stated to us that it's a covenant. It's a covenant relationship, whereby you enter and you do things unconditionally. Okay, AJ, please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Please go ahead.
So once you believe that marriage is a covenant, you enter with this mindset. You know that we do things unconditionally, and so whether it's raining or it's shining, you are ready to thrive and work things out. Okay, but then here's the case. I have the feeling, I'm not trying to take the side of the man, but because of time, I just want to say that I think that the woman, instead of trying to fight it head on, like, because I'm working, you have to do this and do that. Unfortunately, it looks as if she married a man who was taught that men are not supposed to help in the house, because from what the in-law is saying, it's like that's how he trained the son. It's no there's nothing good that is going to come out from her side, because he trained the son to be a man. I mean, the way that society, even the Bible says that men are supposed to protect, provide, and be the leader and all that. And it seems there was never a way or an upbringing where the man was taught, say, you have to help or be supportive in the home. Okay, and so I think that this is the situation we find ourselves. You've already chosen this leader, this man, to be your husband. The Bible says that you're supposed to submit, and you've chosen the leader and you're supposed to submit, girl. I don't know if it's a compulsion, somebody is forcing you to do the job that you are doing, but I think that one of the ways of solving the issue is, if you think the kind of job you are doing, you cannot do it and still come back and take care of the home too. If you really want to save your marriage, maybe you should quit. Okay, you should quit, and then you find something else out.
Wait, hold on. Did you say she should quit her job?
She thinks the work that she's doing. So with the work that she's doing and the marriage, which one is most important? And the children, which one is most important?
But the man is an insensitive man. The man is choosing not to help out his own kids. So at this particular point in time, why should she be suffering to put food on the table for the man that is choosing not to help himself? And on top of that, now quit it for him? Promise. Is this the hill you want to die on?
I don't subscribe to anything that stresses you, that could take your life for you to stay in marriage. If you think that thing can take your life, then you have to get out of the oven. I mean, the oven, or however they put it. But I'm just saying that is that marriage is a covenant relationship. Okay, once you enter, it's unconditional. You try to thrive through issues. When conflict comes, you don't run out of it. Divorce she's thinking of divorce, I don't think that's the best option. If she thinks the way she's doing is not going to help her marriage, and the marriage is important to her, maybe she should quit and find something that is closer to the home. I mean, they should have some conversation. She has to now choose between the work that she's doing and the marriage, because clearly this is a man who is strong-headed. She is not backing down to help you in any way in the home. So are you going to choose to save your marriage, or to go to that work that brings you back at 12 a.m. or 9 p.m. and you're stressing?
But why not just leave the marriage? Because if a man, my thing is how kind someone can be to you is also a deciding factor on if you should spend the rest of your life with that person. And this is a situation where this gentleman he doesn't feel the need to even extend himself to take care of his kids. It's not, forget about the woman, his kids. Huh?
There are men like that. Lately, I've been trying to push the agenda that we should focus more on the male or the men we are raising.
That one is true, yeah.
Society as spoils. Most of them, when you statistics, we are there, but it's like I said,
Yeah.
they are spoils. They don't want to do anything in the home. All they know is football, and I say out in whatever way. But no, marriage is a partnership. It's a covenant partnership. You rub on each other for us to grow together. But unfortunately, this is how we have trained our men to be. I know that some people do not subscribe to dating, but I always, because of some of these situations, I always push for the agenda that before, say, you would say I do to somebody, try a date. I know some people pretend to join dating, but try and steady yourselves and ask important questions. Because if they had dated, and if they had asked questions or gone for therapy, she would have known that this man is the type of man who thinks that women are supposed to do this. You know, but it looks as if she didn't do her homework. My concern is the marriage and the children in it. You know, divorce, I've always been telling, I think I've said it on your show before, that my parents divorced, and it has really hurt me in so many ways.
Yeah. So you'd never advocate for it?
Yes, so I think it should be the last resort. But situations like this, I mean, if the man is doing well in all other spaces or other facets, and the only thing that is worrying or is a burden now is the fact that he's not working and he's not supportive. I mean, come on, these are things that I think, my dear woman, you can bypass. Just know how to handle it. You know, and remember, they don't like, most of them do not like challenge. They have it's woman to say, because I'm working now, you have to be doing my role as a woman. There's no arguments about some of these things.
Okay.
Go through the traditional way of, living in marriage and making marriage thrive and pick up something that will not help us. So I think divorce is out. You should find a way to solve it. There are kids in it.
But okay, she
Are you going to live alone, or you will remarry again?
But isn't peace of mind better than staying in a situation where it's clearly toxic? A man that is not willing to, at any point in time, make allowances for this woman, who's not willing to move or go out of their way for this person. Is it not even bondage in itself, really?
I think that there's much that the lady didn't tell us, because why would somebody marry you to come and be the helpmate, and now it seems like he doesn't care about anything, not even you or the children? It's very strange. And so I like to say that, you know, physically, most of us deal with things in the physical space, but then I always like to also look at the spiritual space. You know, we are spiritual beings before human beings. And the Bible clearly tells us, I'm a Christian, so I use the Bible, that we do not wrestle against flesh and blood. They are wicked spirits and principalities we deal with. And the devil is against unity. Well, I think that instead of fighting physically, arguing, you have to do this, you have to do that, she should also commit whatever thing is going on into prayer, because it's kind of strange, even though it could be a character, but something can be done if she involves prayer or God into it. And I would like to also add that, who will say, AJ, sometimes most of the time, women, when we are dating or about to get married, or when we are dating, we see the red flags too, but we are always thinking that we are the champion at I'll change him. He will change. It happens to most of us, but I mean, time and time, with the trends are there, and even biblically, there's no way you can change anybody if the person does not decide to change.
Right.
If they dated, you saw it. He wasn't supportive, but you said you marry him. You have two beautiful kids. Why would you throw the beautiful thing you have because of the turbulence in the marriage? You can bypass this. You will need Fanny said he's not there.
Ish.
Fanny said he's not there. He is there.
Okay, so now she's bringing in a suggestion which says that I'm gonna give the kids to my parents. Yeah, then the two of us will just live in the house the way you want to live. You do what you want to do. I'll do what I want to do, because at this point I can't handle my schedule, keeping food on the table and managing the kids, especially with our distance and everything else, like the distance in between all the various places and everything else inclusive. Should she proceed with that?
Yes, I think it's the best idea, if only the man will agree to it, because I mean, not only, it's both of them their kids. So if only
it's both of them their kids, but the man doesn't realize that it's both of them their kids when their kids are starving and he's waiting for her to come and do food for them.
Yeah,
but now that he knows that it's both their kids.
It's painful. How, I mean, as painful as it sounds, or as irritating as it is, you still cannot say that because of that you disrespect the man and just carry the man without the man's knowledge. I mean, marriage is not a smooth journey. It's a journey. More destination. It's a journey. And the baby, it's the bitter part that you are experiencing now. If your parents will accept their children in a nice way, don't go in an angry mood. Respectfully, as the Bible says, wife, submit. Talk to the man, pray over the man before you go, and talk to him, give him the needed respect, and let him understand the reason why you want to take the case to your parents. And I think it will be fine. I just do not want to believe that he's talking like he's trying to, what's the word? Play at par with the man. That one, it doesn't work. The men have ego, so on also bet you say on also power. And AJ, let's turn the table a little bit. Let's imagine that Enka Obano na housewife or Juma, and the man is the one working. Would she have complained? And the man is working, and then she comes home. She is the housewife. She comes home. The man comes home and food is not ready. When he asks you are saying, "Oh, the kids, they're home. I was doing this. I was doing that. I couldn't prepare food. So maybe there's some ice cream. Go and take it." I mean, if the other way around.
No, I get that. And then the other way around, everyone would be up in arms, because it's like a thing of, if you're a housewife and you're home, how can you not be contributing to the house in that way? Everybody would have a hard, like, everyone will flip that you're not sitting at home, you're not doing anything. It will become like the biggest. They would have called a lot of family emergency meetings on her head. But this is a situation where, but those ones, I'm not sure how they survive in the household, because the men are also very, very, very interesting characters themselves. But in the reverse, it's almost a taboo for a woman to say that she's staying in her husband's house, not working and not contributing in some way, shape, or form in terms of the house chores. But this is a situation where when the man is doing it, it's almost like, you have to find a way of adjusting around him.
The Bible says, to whom much is given, much is expected. Women, even though the society thinks that we are the weaker vessels, we are in reverse the stronger vessels. And so, if there's much given to you, you face, much challenges or many challenges. And so that's how I see it. That's the reason why I think that most of the time when women are trying to complain in situations like this, society are not really backing us, and they're like, go for it, you can do it, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really help in general, but over the end of the day, you've already chosen, your leader, your husband. I'm sure you've had good times when he was working. You can just focus on the times that he was working, what he was doing, the good things that he's doing currently. And tear your eye from what is happening now, and that will make your marriage survive.
Okay.
The world is dark out there. Nowhere is really safe. It looks greener when you are the other side, but when you go there, you realize that no, my own was better.
Okay. But in the same vein, too, probably your actual husband, your actual soulmate is out there,
Exactly.
and this person is just preventing you from reaching your full potential. Because certain partners can also be the weapons formed against us, and this man seems to be a weapon formed against a woman.
It looks, the reason why I'm not pushing her to go out of the marriage is that it seems this is the only issue that is bothering her right now. When we say let her know the buy, one stating any other thing, that it looks as if this is the major issue, and this is solvable.
But
It's
if the
very
person doesn't want to
solvable.
solve it, because the woman is coming home at midnight, leaving at 4 a.m. Even getting the children from the house to the bus stop, the man says he can't do. The children have to wait till midnight to get fed. Like, the man is literally working against her. It feels as if like he's not a partner in this marriage. He's actively doing things to.
She should pray and give the man the maximum respect, because when they start work, when situations happen like that, they look down on the men.
But
But it
this
looks
is
as
the
if
woman who has been
unfortunately, I'm not
providing
But
fighting
exactly, but the woman has been providing since, like Miss Judy say, she's not been the one that has lorded it over him, at least from what we gather in the letter.
So AJ, who crank if you were to be, you would
Promise.
If it were to be
promise.
you.
It looks like any time a woman complains about something, the society is against the
Yeah,
woman.
it's like figure it out.
In marriage,
Hold
Yeah.
fast.
we learn to unlearn
Yes.
our culture. You are married, and a man is supposed to provide for the home. The least you can do in providing, there are other ways of providing. It's not just about bringing money home. Providing is about giving service to the other person where she falls short. And this is the situation that she's not being able to do all these things at home. And
Wait,
you are
only
saying
one
that
person now, she can't do everything.
A woman is supposed to submit to a loving husband.
Yes.
Everybody keeps forgetting that. The first part of the Bible says that a man is supposed to love the wife. Automatically, a woman will submit. So
That's
let's not
true.
forget that side when we are talking about submission. No woman will not submit to, except those who are not okay. But no woman will not submit to a loving husband.
That's true.
And you want me to go to work? It's tiring. Go to work and come back home and help also. And we are rather blaming the woman for this. I'm not talking about her divorcing. Obviously, it's for better, for worse. Find a solution, have a conversation, a constant communication with the guy, because obviously he doesn't see anything wrong with what he's doing. So give him time. But if obviously this man is the weapon fashioned against you and he's not willing to change, then it's about time you take critical decisions. You cannot kill yourself because of marriage. You are supposed to be happy. It's a give and take affair. It's about somebody covering up for your shortfalls. It's contribution. If I am just the only one in the marriage helping carry everything, my neck will break.
Thank you.
So no, let's not forget that the Bible says the man should provide. And in this situation, he's supposed to provide by taking care of the kids. It is not my responsibility to go to work, fend for the home, and still take care of the kids. Aden.
Hey. Well, okay.
one last.
Please go ahead.
So, with the quotation that my sister was, highlighting on right now, I agree with you so much, but I just want to add that Yes, a loving husband per the scripture is supposed to protect, provide, and all that. So, in reverse, the moment you are not able to do that, of course, you are not a loving husband. Okay? So, I just want to say that as women, when we get into relationship or in marriage, when we get to that point where the men are not loving anymore, let's not just focus on our role of submitting, respecting, being the helper. What will be a helper? If you have a helper, your home, if you bring a helper, would you be expecting the helper to be shouting at you, controlling, talking to you anyhow, because maybe you delayed salary, or because you said something you didn't mean to hurt him or her? Would you be expecting your helper at home to talk to you that way just because you messed up as a boss? No, I don't think you'll be expecting that. The moment your helpers turn up against you like that, you'll be like, hey, where did I go wrong?
But sometimes the woman hasn't done anything wrong. A lot of times it's the man that is actually just a selfish person who's incapable of actually extending the grace that God has given him to the one that he's living with and married to. But let's get into some quick comments right about now. On Twitter, Nana Kwesi says, did I just hear her say that she should quit her job and eat what? Promise, this one is for you. Don't angry me. If you've gotten any advice, direct to the brainwashed, irresponsible, domestically called man. As you don't need to be told before you partake. And that's coming from Nana Kwesi. Thank you for that message, Nana Kwesi. Now going on to Facebook, Daniel Aivo says this husband is not serious, crap. Because if you were living abroad, he would definitely support. So tell him to discipline himself. Alex Saboshi says this is the result when parents train girls alone because they'll go into marriage and take care of the house. And on the other hand, some guys are not trained to do house chores, hence become unsupportive when it comes to house duties. Mercy says it's good when you have a supportive husband. Parenting is no joke. Being a career woman and taking care of toddlers isn't a joke. Isaac says you have to listen to the man's side. Listen to the what man's side of the story. Abina says, please, my advice is on weekends you can do soup stews and put in the freezer so that your burden won't be too much. Prepare banku and put in the fridge. Marvelous says, until husbands understand that wives are there to help but not take up all the responsibilities, these are the situations we'll have in our marriages. Our mothers must sit up. Teach your sons how to cook, sweep, and do basic house chores. Doing that doesn't reduce your dignity. Dasibra says, tolerate him until the maid comes. Anything else you do aside that is not our concern. For better for worse, Abi. Samuel says, sad. Women who are after looks and money should learn. But this man didn't have any money. So what is the looks and money here for? Christine says, I wish I could marry this man for just 1 week. You will change the hard way. It's Patowski says that your husband is a heartless human being. If you talk to him and he refuses to change, just serve him divorce papers. Rebecca says, do we still have such local men in this era? Javina's message says, where do you people get these husbands? Because hey, may such men never get my direction or that of my sisters. Man so heartless. The weapon that formed against you really prospered. The devil cries surprised at his behavior. If your family says, my dear, if providing 70% and doing all this, I'm gone. Bye. Because what is the sense in being married to such a man? My dear, it's his responsibility to provide more, not you. Sena Tenge says, have you been calling him to wake up to eat when you come back from work to cook? Hey. Well, getting on to the line, so we have a caller on the line now. Hello?
Hey.
Yes, sir.
See the way I'm boiling.
You're boiling, eh? I'm sure this is Nana Kwesi.
The way I'm boiling,
Nana, tell me more.
See,
what were your thoughts when you were reading the story?
Look, I'm just enjoying the show. But my sister on the show, he's making me boil.
Hey.
Why is he pampering the man like that? The man is irresponsible right now. The only sole survivor who goes and comes to feed the house. Also, you should quit his job. For who? For a man who is irresponsible. See, you see these shows that we do, I keep saying, we've been brainwashed through our traditional practice, through our cultural practice, through our religious. We've been brainwashed, and we keep carrying it on. Now, this domestic stuff, how did we end up making it gender specific? Make money, know how to do these basic cooking things. You say doing this basic cooking things is for a woman and making money is for the man. Now, how will you survive on your own as an adult if you don't know how to do these basic things? And we've carried it on from generations to generations to generations. And here we are. And here we are. Oh, somebody is being killed physically. And you are there telling me for better for worse. I'm sorry. Marriage is not a death sentence.
Preach it.
Please.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for that, Kwesi.
Hey, this lady, I wish this guy, you show him shaking small.
Small, pe.
See, me, I'm you. I don't know what I can do in the kitchen. And a partner that comes into my life, she's not coming to clean and cook. When she comes, she has to be also making money.
Yeah.
Because we are going to take off ourselves financially and domestically.
Thank you.
And I'm not sitting about saying I'm the man. And when we say, then you'll be quoting the Bible. The Bible says, are we living realities or we are living the Bible? Tell me, it's something that happened, though. It's a guideline for us to follow. But when we are going astray from it, it is killing us, and we are still quoting the Bible to get it. You want her to die. If she dies, this man will jump on another woman, and now the children will be taken care of by a stepmom. That's what we want before our eyes will clear. What are we doing this to ourselves? And we keep pampering this irresponsible man. What will it for? Will it take something from you to clean, to cook? What does it take from you? My father was victimized because he could do all of these things.
Oh, really?
And they kept, yes. And they kept asking him, where's your wife? You know, my wife is supposed to be doing this. Meanwhile, they didn't understand. That is how we've turned out today. I don't know what I can cook in the kitchen.
Wow.
I clean, I do my own laundry, even though my partner is there. And you see, when she's doing this, she's not doing it because it's a demand, though. She's doing it because she
of
wants
love,
to.
yeah.
And it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should stop spoiling ourselves.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Evening, and thank you so much, Kwesi. Telling it as it is. And on that note, we're slowly winding down. But Michi, what do you think this lady should do? She now is considering sending the kids out to her parents, and then now figuring out the next steps and seeing how she can live with them. What do you think she should proceed with that? Yeah. And the husband again is fighting her for sending the kids away. By the way,
I don't know. So let me tell the story. So during the COVID time, I had two friends whose husband lost their job.
Yeah.
One of them was very helpful at home. Like, we were proud of him.
Oh, wow.
The woman, like, she was okay. There was no day she complained that, I cannot fend for my husband because he's jobless. And the other one had the story. She'll go
Stayed
to
at
work,
home, did nothing.
come back, and she has to cook for the man who has been home the whole day.
Wow.
He's waiting. And by the year, like a year, she was tired. All we could hear is, "Me divorce. I can't do this anymore." We are not, fit to cater for a man who is not loving us back. So automatically, we would zone out, and we are tired. Talk to your husband. If he's not listening or he will listen, whichever way, I'm going to take that decision of taking the kids to my mother. My mother brought me up, so obviously I know she can take care of my kids.
Yes.
Then we can live together and try to solve our problems. If you think that you're a traditional man who is not willing to help me bring up the kids the right way, then I'm better alone. Because I don't want my kids growing up thinking that it is okay for men not to help at home.
I like that.
So no, we are not doing this.
Okay. I definitely think she should send the kids out. And then now, once the two of us, and I'm also there and I'm coming at midnight, and you can't fend for yourself, then we'll figure out from there. But I really don't think this is... But final words from you, Promise, on what she should be doing before we wrap it up.
Okay, AJ, thanks for the opportunity. Let me clear the air a little.
Yes.
I wasn't saying she should quit her job totally. I was like, if where she's working that far is not helping, you should then quit and find a job that will be more closer and helpful. That's what I was trying to put across.
Right.
And finally, what I want to share with her is, before I even share with her what I want to say, the question I have for her is, does she love the man? Does she still love the man? If she answers yes, then work at it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that, Promise. So yes, if she loves a man, then she can work at it. On that note, we bring the show to an end. Thank you all for being tuned in to another exciting edition of Keeping It Real right here on 3FM 92.7. My name is AJ Sapon. I did it with Miss Jude, and I promised Billion joined us earlier on Zoom. Now, Samani is coming through shortly with the news at 8:03.